Yo, happy Thursday, y'all. So I'm sitting here doing a general energy reading, okay? And the energy that I'm looking at is that somebody may have been in a relationship and thought that somebody was really sincere, genuine, and stable. Thought this person was extremely, about their business, and thought they had a really strong relationship with this person, and thought that this person was doing right by them, and looked like they found out this person was really on some sneak player stuff, still hooking up with somebody else. Okay. It looked like this person could have been extremely emotionally fulfilling. Right? Could have been about their business. This might be somebody who work hard. Really, really, really work hard for their money. Um, could also be somebody that's extremely stingy financially too. Might be dealing with somebody. Some of y'all might have been dealing with somebody that was just stingy as hell. Financially selfish or just a selfish person. Um, it looked like this relationship may had come to an end, or somebody walked away from the relationship, and as a result, could be really trying to get over some serious emotions that they may have had. It may be throwing themselves into work to try to avoid thinking about the situation. Um, so now it look like this person is whoever walked away is back on the market. Okay, it may even have a couple of choices between maybe two other people. It look like whoever this is may have been consulting with a friend, a close friend, somebody they was getting some advice from, and then they may have somebody else, that they may be thinking about that's financially stable. But this person, however, whoever some of y'all are, y'all ain't made no decision. Y'all ain't made no decision. Y'all has not have, you just kind of just turning your back on your own emotions right now. So I want to clarify this energy, because sometimes, we do get in relationships, and sometimes we really think that we have a solid bond with a person. And, then come to find out, it may not be what we really wanted. And we might find ourselves settling for something just because, it might, look good, or it might feel good at the moment. But if you ain't happy with something, you just ain't happy with it. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't happy with it, then you shouldn't be with it. I don't give a damn how good it is. If you're not happy, then you should not be with it. Because then it turns into stuff like this. People stepping out on each other, being, just, not really um, holding on to the relationship out of genuine feelings. It's just, oh, I'm here because, we've been doing this for a while now, so, it's out of routine. It's not out of genuine love. And people end up walking away from that. And after you've been and exhausted yourself out with that type of relationship, when you do find somebody that you might really like, you don't want to be bothered, because hell, now you got to recoup. Now you got to recoup, because the truth is, when you in that type of relationship, you're not getting any emotional fulfillment because you ain't happy. It ain't even what you want. So I want to clarify the Two of Wands. Oh, wow. The Two of Wands. And I got the Ace of Swords in reverse, and I have disappointment in reverse. Okay, so yeah, some of y'all are trying to come out of a situation that you knew you didn't want to be in. It wasn't a situation. It was a disappointing situation, and you knew it wasn't what you wanted. So now some of y'all trying to get over dealing with that. Come out of that emotion. Now you're trying to really find something that you're going to truly love in the situation. But right here, some of y'all are really, really in y'all feelings, and really probably having some serious, trying to get over serious emotional hump right now. Because right now a lot of people may be financially stable. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got nobody to share it with. You ain't got nobody to share it with. That's all you have is your money. And that ain't no fun. When your money right, everything else in your life is right, but you just can't get your relationship life, your romantic life right. Okay? So give me the energy and the messages of this Five of Swords for my generals. What is the energy and the messages of my Five of Swords? I need to see how I'm supposed to be reading this, because when I do general reading, sometimes I'm supposed to go across the board or I'm supposed to go from top to bottom. Okay, debauch. Okay, so some of y'all may have been doing this out of habit. This is where this regret is coming from, or this emotional um turmoil is coming from, because some of y'all are stuck in patterns. Y'all stuck in patterns, and you get involved, and then you give so much, or you get too much into it, knowing it ain't what you want. You know, you got no self-control, basically, no emotional control, and this is what's causing some issues for a lot of people, and there is some for a lot of y'all in y'all relationships to whom this energy may concern. Okay, so some of us have to really find some balance in, our lives. You had your friends, you got your family, your kids is good, your house is nice, your car is nice, your insurance paid, everything, your house is paid for. Now you're just trying to figure out, what the hell am I doing wrong that I cannot manifest the type of relationship that I want? And the problem is, some of you are stuck in patterns. Y'all stuck in patterns. And the way that the things that y'all are stuck in is bringing bad habits into your life when it comes to relationships. Things that you allow yourself to look for in a relationship. Now, should nobody settle, don't get me wrong. But you sometimes have to sit back and say, is my expectations realistic? And I have to do this too, trust me. I got to do this too. Because a lot of people are afraid to just look stupid in relationships. Don't nobody want to be in a relationship and it's just like, you settle for something and it really wasn't what you wanted in the first place, just because it was the quote unquote, it meets the quota of what a relationship should look like. So sometimes we probably should just go back into our archives, grab a pen and a piece of paper and sit down with ourselves, drink us a glass of wine, turn on some soft music, light some candles, and write down what our expectations are in relationships, and do they sound realistic to us. Okay, sometimes our expectations are not high enough, so we end up feeling like this, you know. And sometimes we may have certain expectations that might just be a little over unrealistic. Not that it can't happen, but it just might be just real unreal, a little bit too unrealistic for the type of people that we attract. Okay. All right. So what is the energy and the messages of the strength? What is the energy and the messages of the strength? What is general energy? Sacred ancestors, gods of the cosmos, give me clarity on the strength for the sacred energy. What is the energy and the messages of the... Okay. So, I love this dang on card. I love it because you can't read this card in reverse. I don't care how it come out, sideways, up to back, this way, that way, that it's going to all mean the same thing. So as above is as below. And so sometimes we have to understand the nature of ourselves. This is about ourselves now. So some of us need to find some inner strength and to get to knowing ourselves a lot better. We expecting all these things from relationships, but we haven't even learned ourselves yet. So we need to understand what our own limitations are. What our own powers and weaknesses are, what our own strength and weaknesses are. So as above is below. That's the law of nature. And I look at this card, I think about the cosmos, the universe, all of this. And then we think about the nature, the center nature of our solar plexus is our wheel of life, the directions that we go in, our destiny of life. And this to me talks about intuition. It talks about peace and harmony within ourselves, our ability, to take care of ourselves, to understand where our balance is. Self-love. I see all of that in this card right here. It talks about us being connected to the universe, being connected to our spiritual inner selves, who we truly are. Us having the ability to strip ourselves naked and see ourselves for who we really are. This is all I get out of this, right? And for this general energy. And some of us have to have the strength to be able to see the good, the bad, and the ugly about ourselves. What is it about ourselves that we need to change? And that's part of the reason why a lot of us may be having issues in relationships, because we're not going within. We're not tapping into these 360-degree senses that we have in ourselves. Everything above is below. Everything below is above. It's no different from when it rains and the ground absorbs that moisture goes back up and it comes back down again. So above as below. This is a universal law of nature, and we need the strength to also be able to apply this to ourselves and getting to know ourselves so that we know also the energy that we're bringing into relationships. You know, sometimes we think it's the other person, and a lot of times it just might be us because we haven't taken out the time to really learn ourselves for real, who we really are. Not who we think we are, but who we really are. Okay? Okay, what is the energy and the messages of the Knight of Wands? The energy and the messages of the Knight of Wands. Sacred ancestors, gods of the cosmos. Give me the direct, clear message by the power of the universe to give the collective energies, the messages of the Knight of Wands. Okay, we have the Knight of Discs. So some of us are really, really, really trying to take control of a lot of things in our lives, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. We need to have some sort of control in our lives. But a lot of times we tend to procrastinate on certain things that we should be doing, you know, for ourselves. Like sometimes people get into the meditation, right? And they'll do it for a day or two or a week or two, and then they right back into their old ways and habits. Or sometimes we'll start on a project and we'll end up getting distracted and go somewhere else with it. Okay, we're not completely committed. Okay, and this is why a lot of us, you know, a lot of times have issues with manifesting what we really want in our lives as far as relationships. We get this same energy in relationships because this is the energy that we carry within ourselves. We're not committed to the things we should be committed to for our own growth. So what happens is we get into relationships with people who we think is committed to us and find out that they're not committed. They're on the player energy. And so that player energy can also be the energy that we have, and it may not be as far as regards of being in a relationship with nobody else, but we may have player energy being in a relationship with ourselves because we don't stay committed to our own growth. Okay, and that kind of energy will reflect in our relationships. You know, procrastination, taking a long time to really do what's more necessary and important. And we all get caught up in our pleasures, don't get me wrong. You know, but this is, you got to understand, we people say you are what you attract, but that I don't go by that cliche. Okay, because you can attract a lot of things. That don't mean that's what you are. Okay, you are what you entertain. So if you find yourself entertaining something that's not really for you, then you're not being committed to yourself. You playing yourself. So then when you get in these relationships with these people and then you trying to figure out how is it that you ain't even my type? How am I getting played by somebody that I ain't even wasn't feeling in the first? Well, because you shouldn't have never been with that person in the first place. You played yourself and then this person played you because that's the energy you brought into the relationship. So as above is below. There's no way around that law because it's a universal law of nature. Okay, what is the energy and the messages of the King of Swords? What is the energy and the messages of the King of Swords? A lot of times we get in relationships and we don't realize that we're mirroring ourselves. And if we don't see the message in those relationships, we're going to continue to keep finding relationships that's going to be karmic. Which means that they're only coming to still teach us a lesson that we have not learned yet. We're going to keep repeating those cycles until we finally see why we're drawing this type of energy into our lives and entertaining it. Okay, I have the defeat for the King of Swords. Okay, so some of y'all are getting advice from people and you ain't even listening to the advice because it's not what you want to hear. You're not accepting it because it could possibly be about something that about yourself. Somebody might be pointing something out about you that you don't want to hear. So you're pretty much defeating the purpose of even talking to somebody if you're going to get mad or upset or turn a deaf ear to what they're telling you. It's nothing wrong with accepting constructive criticism because we all have to have it. We all have to have it. Trust me, as much as we would like to think, shit don't stink, yes, the fuck it do. Okay? And that goes for me and everybody else. Sometimes I have to look at myself and be like, bitch, really? Now you know you gonna have to work on yourself, right? You know, sometimes I got to look in the mirror and check me. Sometimes I got to check me. And guess what? I can't use no filter with me. I can't use no filter with me. I don't think I know how to use a filter. I be trying, y'all. I be trying, though. You know what I'm saying? I be really trying to use a filter, but I don't, I'm not the best at that. That's something that I have to really work on, is the way that I get my communication across at times. Because sometimes I may come across harsh to people, and it's not on purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't sometimes don't know no other way to say things besides the way that I see it. You know what I'm saying? And some people know how to season their words real good. I don't think I'm the best at that when it comes to a lot of things. I'm not the best at that. I do try, but I knew I got to work on that. So if somebody was to come and tell me that, I'm not going to get mad at that person. I might tell them, look, I don't give a damn what you say. Okay, if they don't like it, that's too bad. But deep down inside, I have to come back and be like, yeah, you right. For real, all jokes aside, you're right. So if some of y'all are having this issue in relationships, or just recently walked away from a relationship because it wasn't what you really wanted, and you're talking to a friend about it, and they're being quite frank with you and very matter of fact with you, don't defeat the purpose by turning a deaf ear to what they're saying or arguing back and forth with the person. Because this came out with the King of Swords. Okay, and so the King of Swords is the type of person that's going to tell it like it is. Okay, a very matter of fact, intellectual person, stern in what they going to say and how they say things. You might need to really, really listen to this person if this is the case, and some of y'all are talking to somebody. You defeating the purpose if you're not going to want to hear what's being said to you about you. Because it could be something you need to change about yourself so that you can quit attracting things into your life that you're not really happy with. What is the energy and the messages of the Knight of Pentacles for the collective? What is the energy and the messages of the Knight of Pentacles for the collective? What is the energy and the messages? Okay, so the cosmos are allowing me to go from left to right in this reading. So this tells me that this is something that some of y'all are currently going through. Okay, you have futility. You know what? Money is not everything. Okay, and a lot of people get caught up in that mentality. That they feel like, as hey, as long as my money right, I'm good. But at the end of the day, if you still don't have what you really desire, you're basically just wasting time worrying about money and talking about money. Who cares about that? Not saying money is not important, but sometimes we get so caught up in the fact that we're financially stable that we use that as a means of dealing with other things in our lives and avoiding dealing with other things in our lives. And the universe is telling you that's futility, a whole waste of damn time to even do that, because this is not going to fulfill everything in your life, nor is it going to bring you the happiness and fulfillment that you really want. So some of y'all may be workaholics. Some of y'all may feel, more elevated in your lives because you may be financially stable. But here the cosmos is saying that's fine and dandy, but when it comes to what's important in your life, that's futile. That's only one thing. You got to have that regardless of whether you have a little bit or a lot. You have to have it regardless. Nothing is free. But it's not going to take the place of you walking around emotionally feeling like this because you don't have the things that you really want in your life. Okay? And so because of that, you have addictions that you don't need to have. That's no good. Some of y'all may smoke, drink too much, overeat, may even be dealing with health problems, that you may, be doing things that's causing your health problems to get worse because you're trying to substitute this type of actions, these type of habits to take the place of what you really don't have. And the universe is saying all that stuff is a waste of time. You get nothing out of it doing that. You get nothing out of it doing that. Yes, you may have a house and the car you want, all the clothes you want. You may make the type of money you want, may make 6 figures, may make 8 figures. But if that's not making you happy, then it's pointless. It's pointless. This is the energy that's coming out on this board, okay? What is the energy and the message? Oh, shoot, from the Ace of Cups. What is the energy and the messages from the Ace of Cups? Okay, you have the Ace of Discs and Satiety. Okay, so a lot of y'all are really, really looking for a solid love commitment in your life. Y'all got everything else. The rich y'all really are looking for is somebody to share all of that with, somebody to take trips with, somebody to take pictures with, somebody to, have long nights laid up by the fireplace listening to some soft music and eat fruit with. Some of y'all looking for somebody to spoil with love. Some of y'all looking to be spoiled with love in the same way as you give it. This is what some of y'all are looking for, and you're having a hard time manifesting it for every reason that I'm sitting here telling you right now, because this is the energy that's coming out. And energy is fluid. It don't lie. You got the Ace of Cups. Okay. All of this is the Ace of Cups is about many different things. But in this reading, I'm looking at somebody that want a fresh start in love. Somebody that does want something that's fulfilling emotionally. And you getting satiety. You getting the ultimate happiness. Some of y'all are really looking for the ultimate happiness, okay, in y'all lives, and you're not able to get it. This is the Ace of this, okay? And so now you got the Ace of Pentacles basically coming out with this with the Ace of Cups. So this is about emotional and material fulfillment, and this would be the complete happiness for a lot of y'all. This is what a lot of y'all want to try to manifest. This is what you really want, but you haven't been able to manifest that. And the reasons why is because you won't. You won't check yourself. You won't go inside of you and see what it is that you got to do. And it's damn near like these messages when it comes down to why we can't get what we want. These messages don't change. It always reverts back to us. It always comes back to us, one way or the other. Okay? And so some of y'all just got to have the courage to accept what it is about you that might be the reason why you keep having relationship failures. Successful everywhere else, but can't manifest the relationship. Can't manifest the relationship. And you got to remember, people are not going to see you the way you see you. People don't see yourself the way you see yourself. People don't see me the way I see myself, So if somebody is going to tell you something about yourself, and it's somebody that you clearly trust that you're talking to, because this is the King of Swords, you probably should listen. 9 times out of 10, the way they're saying it may come across offensive, but it's okay to feel offended by what people say sometimes, but just get the message. Be offended, but still take the message, okay? What is the energy and the messages of the Three of Cups? So the energy and the messages of the Three of Cups. Sacred ancestors, God of the cosmos, calling in a quantum energy of clarity for the Three of Cups. Happiness. Okay, so some of y'all people may have multiple suitors that you trying to figure out who's the right person. This is the energy that I'm getting. Who's the right person? Some of y'all may have been in relationships because y'all were dating somebody who may have felt like you were not right for them. The same way you may have felt like they were not right for you. They may have already they may have stepped out before you with other suitors, okay, with this Three of Cups. They may have already started talking to other people before y'all ended the relationship, okay, because they were looking for the same thing that you're looking for, happiness. And so some of y'all, this is the bottom line. Y'all are dating multiple people because you're trying to find happiness. Let me tell you, you can date multiple people times 1,000,000, and you still won't find happiness until you find it. You need to figure out what's blocking you. What is it about you that's blocking yourself from getting to that happiness? Because you're not going to find happiness with nobody else until you figure out what happiness is for you. You got to figure out that happiness for you. I tell people all the time, if you can't be by yourself, why the hell you expect somebody else to be able to be with you? People think it's something wrong with being single. That's the best thing some of us can do for ourselves, is to get by our damn selves and get to know our damn selves and date our damn selves and quit looking for happiness in other people and other things, because it's not there. It's futile. You're wasting time. You're defeating your own purpose. You're going to run into a bunch of debauchery. Okay? trying to find happiness and fulfillment in other people and other things. Your money is not going to give it to you. Because you got 10 million women or men that want to be with you is not going to give it to you. You got to have that within yourself. And people take that self thing for granted because that ain't what people want to hear. Oh, I've been by myself. But have you done the work while you was by yourself? It takes more than just being by yourself. That's like you say, I planted the seed 6 months ago and I ain't seeing no. Did you take care of the seed? Did you water it? Did you fertilize it? Did you keep the area clean? Did you make sure no pests can get to it? Did you do the work? Because you can plant a seed all the hell you want to and you can still grow a weed out of that seed. That don't mean because you plant a crop it's going to grow healthy. You see, so people take that solitary for granted and people should stop doing that. The most important thing that any man or woman can ever do for themselves is take that solitary and use it for growth. Take that solitary and use it to understand yourself. Use it. Work with the solitary. Don't just sit there because you've been I've been by myself for 3 years. So, what did you do with yourself in them 3 years? Did you date yourself? Did you get to know yourself? Did you figure out who you were in those 3 years? If not, then guess what? You done defeated the damn purpose of being single. PointBlankPeriod.com. You're defeating the purpose of being single if you haven't done none of that self. None of that self shadow work, period. You expecting somebody to come in and accept you how you are, but you got all these complaints about everybody else. Look at yourself and accept what you see, but don't look at yourself the way you see yourself. Take all that off. Take all that off. Take all of that off. Strip yourself and stand behind the mirror. Because it's easy to stand in front of the mirror and miss all kind of shit. But get behind that mirror and then see your reflection. See the reflection of your inner energy, yourself, and see if you like what you see. What is the energy of the messages of the Ten of Cups? What is the energy of the messages of the Ten of Cups? Okay. Ooh, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, the Ace of Wands. You're not able to manifest this emotional fulfillment. You're not getting it in relationships. The last relationship some of y'all have been in, this is what you were not getting your fulfillment out of that. And some of y'all stayed in these relationships for years. Okay? 3, 4, 5 years. Some of y'all have been in these relationships 2, 3 years, 10 years, ain't gotten out of the 2 to 4 years, and been holding on to something you ain't getting no fulfillment out of. And you got to ask yourself, why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Dealing with all type of strife. Dealing with all type of just a bunch of unnecessary drama, unnecessary unfulfillment, unnecessary unhappiness within yourself. Knowing the whole time that ain't what you want. How do you do it? I can't be with somebody I don't want to be with. If I don't feel no emotional connection, I'm out. I'm not about to walk around feeling like this for no damn body. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not doing it. Because is it really worth it? No. I don't give a damn if it's a child involved, kids. People act like that's so hard to walk away from. You're not walking away from your responsibilities. You're walking away from losing your damn mind, from losing yourself, from losing your self-worth. Okay, people use kids as an excuse all the time to sit around, stick in these relationships and hold on to this type of foolishness. Okay, you can have the same damn relationship with your kids that you got when you're living there, but it will be a better one because you'll be happy. You'll be kids. Y'all think kids can't see through that? Okay, the kids can feel energy. This is why kids can get around certain people and be like, oh no, they don't like them. They don't like them because they feel that energy. They may can't explain what they feeling and what they, express that. But kids ain't stupid. So y'all think y'all doing y'all kids a favor, a service by staying in an unhappy relationship? Let me tell you, you're not. You're doing your kids no damn justice. You're doing yourself no damn justice. You're doing the whole thing or your whole situation a disservice. A whole situation. Yes, kids want their parents in the household, but guess what? Leave that situation, get your shit together, go get a place so what you can bring your kids to your own sanctuary. and have peace with your kids when they're with you. Point blank, period. Shit, some of y'all want all or nothing, and sometimes situations ain't about all or nothing. Sometimes it's more than just about you. Because really what it is, some of y'all get comfortable in these situations and don't want to walk away because you don't want to have to carry a whole responsibility on your own, plus have to deal with your children and then all these other things that come with it. Well, guess what? Life choices. Life choices. You either strong enough, man or woman enough to deal with that, or you're not. Yes, you feel me? But yeah, if you in an unhappy, unfulfilled relationship, nobody is putting a gun to your head. Nobody is doing that. But part of the reason why a lot of y'all are unable to manifest that is because you won't look at yourself. Four of Pentacles. Energy and the messages of the Four of Pentacles. You being selfish to your damn self if that's how y'all out here living. Okay. The and. Some of y'all being selfish to yourselves. Some of y'all are blocking. Some of y'all are so busy holding on to things that's not important, that may seem important, giving you the illusion of importance. Or some of y'all so busy thinking that y'all money means everything, so worried about y'all finances, so worried about material things, that you taken away from your universal self. You taken away from your own higher vibrations, tapping into that. You're taken away from being able to finalize everything else in your life that you're missing. Some of y'all think that this is all that there is to life, is materialistic shit. You know, some of y'all think that's us all there is. This is not everything. My grandmother told me when I was a kid, she told me to make a fist, and I did that. And she said, "Can I get anything in there?" I said, "No." She said, "Can I get anything out of there?" I say, "No." She said, "Understand what being free or the gift of giving is. If you got walking around with a tight fist all the time, being stingy, and being stingy ain't all about money. It's about a million other things." She say, "Just know that just like can't nobody get nothing out of it, can't nobody put nothing in it either." Okay, that's a lesson my grandmother told me I'll never forget. Okay, and I'm sitting here passing that wisdom to somebody who need to hear it. Okay, whatever it is that you holding on to, whether it's something from your past or whether it is an unfulfilling relationship, you're blocking your own abilities. You're blocking your own abilities to be able to manifest what you really want that's fulfilling in your life, because you got this garbage in your way that you hold on to, that you can't nothing get in that. Can't nothing get into your life. Can't nothing come into your life because you hold on. You either hold on to a wrong attitude, you hold on to the wrong perception of things, you hold on thinking your money is everything, you hold on to something that you need to let go of. Whether that's your perception of yourself, that's your perception of what you think you're supposed to get in a relationship, whatever it is, you need to let it go. Because you're being selfish to yourself. You won't even let what's supposed to be for you come in and give you your ultimate happiness because you're so busy holding on. Holding on to the wrong damn thing. Worrying about the wrong damn thing. Thinking that you got it all together. Nah, you don't. Because the Ace of Wands wouldn't be in reverse, and it is. Okay? It's in reverse. And it's in reverse clarifying emotional fulfillment. This means that you see this? This is what you're lacking. This is what you can't manifest. The genuine love of somebody that you can spend the rest of your life with, and it's genuine. You can't manifest that. So you ain't got it all together. Let that attitude go. Let it go. Because we all, even if we are good catch, which a lot of people are good catches, that don't mean that there's nothing left for you to work on about yourself. Because it's always something to work on about ourselves. We get raggedy just like anything else in life. Your cars get raggedy. I don't give a damn how new they are. Okay? Houses get raggedy. I don't give a damn how new they are. How beautiful they look. Something in that mug gonna need to be fixed sooner or later because you have wear and tear. Well, guess what? We the same way as people. We get raggedy sometimes. We got to go get under construction and fix ourselves. Okay? So if anybody does have that attitude, well, I got it all together. I know, kill that shit. Because you got something about yourself that you need to fix. Or you wouldn't be getting this wine in reverse. That means you can't make shit happen for yourself in your love life. Okay? So there's something about you that the universe is saying that you need to change. Justice. Okay? What is the energy and the messages of justice? What is it? Okay. What is this? The priestess. See, some of y'all know. Some of y'all know y'all ain't right, and y'all trying to pretend like everything is perfectly fine. But it's not. You know, some of y'all are like trying to just all these things that you know you need to fix within yourself. Cause some of y'all could be suffering from some childhood issues, some abuse issues, some abandonment issues that you don't want nobody else to know about. And this is why the high priestess is coming out with the justice, because it's telling you, okay, it's time to stop walking around living in secrecy. It's time to stop walking around living a lie. Some of y'all living a lie. Some of y'all dealing with issues that you don't want nobody to know about. And this is exactly why some of your relationships cannot manifest emotional fulfillment, because your heart chakra could be possibly blocked. And some of y'all don't know that, but some of y'all walking around here with these secrets. Some of y'all got secrets, too many of them, about your childhood, about yourself. You don't want nobody to know it. You don't want to admit it. You don't want to admit it, but if you want to get right, if you want things to go right for you, you're going to have to come out of this and be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. Some of y'all want marriage with this justice and this high priestess. Some of y'all want a whole marriage, but you still have not committed a relationship and a bond with yourself, because you avoiding what's really going on with you, because you think you got because you think you got your shit together materially. That's all you need. But here, the ancestors in the universe is saying, no, that's waste of time of energy, even thinking like that. A waste of time and energy even thinking like that. There's more to go with you, whoever you may be. Okay, Eight of Cups. What is the energy and the messages of the Eight of Cups? And the High Priestess, look at that. The High Priestess is even in this deck as the overall energy. Look at that. High Priestess. Some of y'all want marriage. Some of y'all want to go to that courthouse. And some of y'all want marriage. And some of y'all about to go into these relationships with these issues, knowing you ain't happy with it, but you just don't want to be by yourself. So you holding on to it anyway. Wrong move. It's not going to end well. Okay, look at that. Boom. I'm done. So y'all know I can't make this up. Y'all see it. Love, the Eight of Cups. Some of y'all cannot manifest love, a true love in your life. Every time you think you've manifested something true into your life, it turned out to be a whole sham, and you end up walking away from it because you can't get no real emotional fulfillment out of it. You end up by yourself again, walking away and turning your back on it. Or they end up walking away from you and turning their back on you. Okay, however the shoe may fit wed. But some of y'all can't manifest love. This is the ultimate goal of this whole reading. Some of y'all want to manifest love. Some of y'all have been involved in relationships and wondering why this person ended up going back to a ex-lover, or going back to, or meeting somebody new and running off with them. And you looking at this person like they're the problem, and they could have been the problem. I'm not saying that they're not, but they're not your problem. Your problem is you. Their problem is them. They may run off and find somebody and be with that person for the next 25, 30 years, and you still sitting here like this trying to figure out why. Because you your problem. You the reason why you can't get what it is that you ultimately want. And that's love. Wow. Love and happiness. That's what y'all really want. Something that'll make you do wrong, make you do right. That's what you want. And I mean, who don't want that? You know? But in order to manifest that, y'all got to do the magic in yourself. Do the magic within yourself. Stop trying to attract people that you got to look at them and feel like, well, they need to do this and they need to do that if they want to be with me. And they going to have to do this if they want to be with me. And I'm not dealing with this and I'm not dealing with that. Guess what? If you got all them complaints, then you your own problem. You your own problem. Nobody's ever going to be perfect enough for you if that's what you're out here doing. If that's what some of y'all are doing, nobody's ever going to be perfect. So you might as well just go ahead and get ready to be single for the rest of your life, because that's what's going to happen. Because why? You're not willing to go within yourself and make those adjustments. Okay? You got to make those adjustments, my lovely people, those who tuning in. You got to make them adjustments. Sugar pies, honey pies, Georgie pudding pies, whatever y'all, hey, y'all got to make them adjustments. So anyway, that's my general reading for the day. And I'm trying to see if I should pull an oracle. Let me see how much time I... See, I don't want to touch my screen and I can't see because I got a pop-up. Just forget it. Just forget it. Maybe I'll pull one oracle. I'll pull one. So it look like I done been on here about 30 minutes. I ain't going to trip. I guess if that's the time that it took for me to do this, then that's what it needed to be. I'm using my Afro Goddess Oracle deck. Sacred Ancestors, Gods of Cosmos, Power of the Universe, calling in a quantum energy for my general energy reading. What is the message that you have to say? What is the final messages to tell that you want to relay to the general reading, energy reading? Give me one more message, a final oracle message. Oh, wow. Look at that. Some of y'all are really, really, really looking for marriage. Some of y'all are ready for marriage. Some of y'all are ready to settle down. Some of y'all are ready for that commitment for life. Some of y'all really want this, and some of y'all really do deserve this. But some of y'all really have to go inside of yourselves and really have to check yourselves and put things in perspective. Some of y'all may be having distorted perceptions and views of your romantic lives and your romantic relationships. This doesn't mean settle for something that you don't want. This means get what you want and understand that, it's going to come with maintenance. It's going to come with maintenance just like you're going to come with maintenance. You're not going to be perfect in the relationship either. It's going to be things about you that's going to get on that person's nerve. It's going to be things about them that's going to get on your nerves. That's just what it is. And that's what anything. If you're not expecting that to happen, guess what? We don't get to pick and choose what gets on our nerves. Because you might be good for the first 5 years and something might start getting on your nerves the 6th year. That you didn't even... Some of this stuff is it's hindsight. That's the catch 22. But some of y'all are really, really, really looking for a serious bond and commitment. Some of y'all want marriage. I done seen that too much out here. Some of y'all want marriage. Some of y'all might be married and still feeling unfulfilled in those relationships and ready to walk away. Okay? If that's what you need to do to find your happiness, then do it. I'm not going to tell nobody to stay stuck in an unhappy commitment just because they married. You made that commitment to that person. That person made that commitment to you. If y'all not happy with that commitment and can't figure out how to get it together, then do what's best for you and get the hell on and find your happiness. Ain't nobody got time to be sitting up unhappy in a relationship talking about some damn kids. Because guess what? Them kids is going to grow up and they going to live their life and find their happiness. You better find yours. And still love your kids and be responsible enough and not teach your children that it's okay to be miserable when it's not. That's what we do. We teach our kids, oh, well, my mom and dad stayed married for 50 years. Well, they might not have had, okay, so that means that you're going to do the same thing. I'm not saying run at every little problem. But at some point, if you can't get the shit together and you know that ain't where your heart is, your mind, your body, your soul, what you going to do? Spend the rest of your life miserable? Guess what? I tip my hat because I guarantee you a chick like me have been to pack the hell up so quick and been on the first flight to, what? I'm out of here. Some of y'all want marriage. Some of y'all are already married and still not happy. Some of y'all might need to adjust your expectations of your mate. And that could be the problem right there. Okay? So as above is below. Get into the laws of nature a little bit. Tap into it. It might work. It just might work, okay? So that's my energy reading for today, and I will see y'all on the next reading. If anybody wants a personal reading, you can DM me or come into my inbox, and I'll give you my prices, and we can go from there, all right? See you on the next one. Peace.